Next, let's dig in a little deeper to the functionality of each tab. For the Master Administrator and instructors with administrator privileges, they'll have access to the Admin tab. Again, the purpose of the Admin tab is to add, edit, and delete schools, as well as import information such as instructor, class, and typist information into your database. The Master Administrator and instructors with administrator privileges use the Admin tab to add schools. Let's talk a bit about each section of the tab. The Resources area includes links to helpful documentation, including the User's Guide, the Curriculum Guide, and Quick Start Guide, as well as links to individual software's website and convenient import templates for importing typist information. You can see the Licensing Summary area displays information about your license agreement. The scrollable school name list displays all of the schools or individual groups or organizations that have been added to your Management Center database. You can click the school name header to sort the school list. Now let me give you a quick overview of the buttons. Use the Add button to include a new school in your database. You'll give the school a name and then have the option to include an address too. The Edit button allows the administrator to change the name and address of a school that has previously been added to the database. The Delete button is used to remove a school from the database. The Import button allows the administrator to browse to a previously created CSV data file to add information to the database. This information may include school names, instructor names, user names, typist and class information, as well as goal words per minute data. There are several groups of information that can be imported: school, school plus instructor, school plus instructor plus class, school plus instructor plus class plus typist, and typist. Templates with the proper formatting are provided from the Admin tab to make importing easy. We'll review importing in greater detail later. The Instructor tab, available to the Master Administrator and instructors with administrator privileges, lets them add and manage the instructors who will be using the Management Center. Instructors have access to all of the Management Center features available on the Class, Typist, and Support tabs. An unlimited number of instructors can be added to the Management Center. Let's review the buttons on the Instructor tab. Use the Add button to include a new instructor in your database. Instructor information includes the first and last names of the instructor, a username, and optionally an email address and the opportunity to assign the instructor to be an administrator. The Edit button allows the administrator to change an instructor's information, including first and last names, email address, and administrator rights, as well as set or change the instructor's password. The Delete button is used to remove an instructor from the database. The Help button lets you access additional assistance. The central area of the tab is the View window. Columns in the View window display the instructor information that has been added or imported into the database. Columns can be sorted by clicking the column header. To select an instructor or multiple instructors, click the checkboxes next to the last name column. To select all instructors except for the Master Administrator, click the column header checkbox. The Admin column indicates the instructors that have administrator privileges. The Master Administrator will be displayed in the instructor list, and that user can be selected and edited, but not deleted. To add an instructor, click the Add button. Add the instructor's information, and click the Save button. Only the Master Administrator and instructors with administrator privileges can add an instructor. Only the Master Administrator can change passwords and administrator rights of other administrators. The Master Administrator is the only individual who can add, edit, or delete other administrators. To edit an instructor, click the checkbox or checkboxes adjacent to the instructor or instructors to be edited. Click the Edit button. Modify the information in the text boxes, including name, username, email address, admin rights, and school, and then click the Save button. Master administrators can modify instructor first and last names, set and change passwords, as well as add email addresses, and assign administrative rights to instructors by clicking the Admin checkbox. To delete an instructor, click the checkbox or checkboxes adjacent to the instructors to be deleted. Click the Delete button. Click the Yes button to delete the record, or No to cancel the deletion. You cannot delete an instructor if a class is assigned to him or her. You must first reassign the class to a new instructor and then delete the original instructor. Only the master administrator and instructors with administrator privileges can delete an instructor. An instructor cannot be deleted if a class is assigned to him or her. The Class tab in the Management Center allows instructors to perform a variety of functions, such as adding new classes, deleting classes, establishing global class settings, assigning a typing plan to a class. Use the Instructor drop-down menu to select the instructors whose classes you wish to view. The item selected in the drop-down menu will take precedence over items previously selected on another tab. The Management Center has an unassigned instructor and unassigned class to collect unassigned typists. Use the Add button to include a new class in the database. Class information includes the class name, example, period 3, the instructor name, the typing plan assigned to the class, as well as settings for each typist in the class, including a goal words per minute speed, text colors for typing activities, keyboard display options, and more. The Edit button allows the administrator to change a class's information, including first and last names, email address and administrator rights, as well as set or change the instructor's password. The Delete button is used to remove a class from the database. The Help button is also available. The columns in the View window display the class information that has been added or imported into the database. The classes displayed correspond to the instructor selected in the Instructor drop-down field. Columns can be sorted by clicking the column header. To select a class or multiple classes, click the checkboxes next to the class name column. To add a class, select an instructor, click the Add button, name the class, choose a typing plan for the class, assign specific settings, and then click the Save button. An unlimited number of classes can be added, but the number of typists will be limited by your license agreement. To delete a class, choose the class or classes to be deleted by clicking a checkbox. Click the Delete button. Click the Yes button. A class cannot be deleted if typists are assigned to it. To edit a class, choose the class to be edited by clicking a checkbox. Click the Edit button. Modify the information in the text boxes. Click the Save button. Administrators can view and edit all instructors, classes, and typists. The Typist tab allows for a variety of operations for the administrator and instructor to manage typists, such as creating, editing, and deleting profiles for each typist, importing typists, as well as printing and exporting detailed reports for the typist. The three primary functions of the Typist tab are viewing, managing, reporting, and exporting. Let's first talk about viewing. The View window columns in the View window display the typist information that has been added or imported into the selected instructor's class or classes. Columns can be sorted by clicking the column header. To select a typist or multiple typists, click the checkboxes next to the last name column. The typist list indicates the typist name, username, goal words per minute, instructor, class, and last login. To view a specific typist list, choose the instructor and class list from the Manage Students drop-down menus. There are several ways to populate the Typist tab view window with typists. First, instructors may see the list pre-populated with typist if an administrator has imported typist information using the Admin tab Import button. You may select a school in the Admin tab, an instructor in the Instructor tab, and a class in the Class tab to populate the view window with typist assigned to that school, instructor, or class. Also, by selecting a specific instructor using the Instructor drop-down menu, the view window will display all of the typists assigned to that instructor. The Class drop-down menu allows you to view the selected instructor's typists by filtering to a specific class. The item selected in the drop-down menu will take precedence over items previously selected on another tab. Unassigned instructor and unassigned class can be selected to view all unassigned typists imported without an instructor or class assignment. Unassigned typists can be moved once their class has been determined. Use the Show All button to see all of the typists you have the privileges to see, regardless of the instructor and class selections. Use the fields in the Search Criteria area to locate a typist. Search by first name, last name, or username. After entering search criteria, click the Find button to locate that typist. Let's look at the Manage options. Use the Add button to include a new typist in the database. Typist information includes a username, first and last name, optional email address, password settings, class name, the typing plan assigned to the class, as well as other specific settings for the typist, including a goal words per minute speed, text colors for typing activities, keyboard display options, and more. The Edit button allows the administrator to change a typist's information, including first and last names, email address, as well as set or change the instructor's password and individual typist settings. The Delete button is used to remove a typist from the database. The Move button allows the administrator to select a typist and then relocate them to another instructor or class. The Import button lets the instructor or administrator add typists to the database using a CSV spreadsheet file. To select typist, use the checkboxes in the column on the left. To deselect a typist, click the checkbox. To select an individual typist, click the checkbox in the column on the left, adjacent to the typist's last name. To select more than one typist, click the checkboxes in the column on the left, adjacent to the typist's last name. To select all typists in the View window, click the checkbox in the Header column next to the last name header. Adding a typist. From the Typist tab, choose an instructor and class. Click the Add button. The Add button will only be enabled once an instructor and class have been selected. Enter the typist information, including name and optionally an email address. Keep in mind when manually adding typists that usernames must be between 6 and 18 characters long. Create a password Choose a typing plan for the typist. Assign specific settings such as goal words per minute, backspace, keyboard and hand options, and text colors. The goal words per minute setting must be an integer between 5 and 80. Notice all required fields are indicated with an asterisk. And then click the Save button. Once a typist record is saved, the username is no longer editable. Editing a typist. Choose the typist to be edited. Click the Edit button. Modify the information in the text boxes. And then click the Save button. Deleting a typist. Choose the typist or typist to be deleted. Click the Delete button, and then click the Yes button. When multiple typists are selected, the following settings can be modified for each. Plan goal words per minute, show hands, show keyboard, beep on error, allow backspace, enter at end of line, 2 spaces, typing colors, set password. Only site administrators or instructors with administrative privileges are able to move students from one instructor to another instructor. Instructors without administrative privileges who have multiple classes can move their students from one of their own classes to another. There are 3 methods of moving typists: single, multiple, entire class. To move a single typist, search for the typist in a specific class by completing one or more of the search criteria form fields. Select the originating instructor and class using the drop-down menus in the Search Criteria section. Fill in the student search criteria text boxes. First name, last name, username. If you're trying to locate an individual, you do not need to complete each search criteria form field. Click the checkbox to select the correct student in the search results list. Click the Move button. Select the instructor and/or class destinations that the student will be transferred to using the drop-down list in the Move Typist message box. Both instructor and class fields are required to move a typist. Click the Save button. Multiple students can easily be moved from one class to another. Select the current instructor and class using the drop-down menus in the Search Criteria area. Click the checkbox adjacent to each typist you want to move. Click the Move button. Select the destination instructor and class using the drop-down menus in the Destination area. Click the Save button to move the selected students, or click Cancel to stop the action. Use the following steps to move an entire class at once. Select the current instructor and class using the drop-down menus in the Manage Typist area. Click the checkbox at the top of the typist list to select all of the students in the current class. Click the Move button. Select the destination instructor and class using the drop-down menus in the Destination area. Click the Save button. Instructors can import typist information such as typist username, last name, first name, typist password, and goal words per minute by importing a CSV data file or a comma delimited file. Email addresses are not required for typists. From the Typist tab, instructors should first make sure their name is selected in the Instructor drop-down field. By default, it should already be displayed. Next, instructors choose the class to which they want to import typist data using the Class drop-down field. Then, click the Import button. Browse to the CSV using the Select the File to Upload dialog box. Select the CSV. Click the Open button. Imported information must be in the proper format with no spaces. If the file is formatted properly, the Import Preview window displays. Click the Commit button. The Typist tab allows an administrator or instructor to create printed reports or export reports for each typist. Select a typist by clicking the box next to the typist's name. Click the Reports drop-down menu. The Report drop-down menu allows the instructor to select a specific report to view a typist's progress. Two reports can be generated from the Typist tab: an Activity Summary report and an Activity Detail report. The Summary report option provides a report listing all users, typing accuracy, typing speed, and the number of lessons, tests, stories, and games the typist has completed. Select an individual or select the entire group, and then click the Report button. The Summary report displays in a browser. The Detail Report option provides a report for each typist listing all the activities of that typist, the date and time of each activity, and statistics of the typist's typing speed and accuracy. Reports can be exported as a CSV file by choosing the CSV option from the Report drop-down menu. CSV files can be used to build your own report. Many other detailed reports are available from within the TypingInstructorWeb for Kids site, such as results by hand, finger, key, or keyboard row. Use the Support tab to contact individual software with any comments, questions, or technical issues. Enter a contact name into the Your Name text box. Use the Your Email text box to include the best email address to reach you. The message window allows you to compose a message that will be submitted directly to individual software. Click the Send button to deliver your message. The Resources area includes links to helpful documentation, including the User's Guide, the Curriculum Guide, and Quick Start Guide, as well as links to individual software's website and a convenient Import Typist template for importing typist information, which is also available from the Admin tab. There are guidelines for describing errors. We ask that you provide your computer operating system and browser, describe the steps taken to achieve the error, describe the error, and describe what you expected. For login errors, please provide your computer operating system and browser, indicate which login screen, Typist, Admin, or Forgot Password. Provide your username and password. Describe the error and indicate any error message you saw.